I look at my evolution as both as a writer, as an investor. As a writer, over time, I feel like I have a lot more courage, to do more, to conquer topics that were in the past were kind of off limits for me. However, as an investor, as I matured, I give myself a permission to do less. I think today I'm a very different investor than I was 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. I have evolved tremendously. And as I should, right? I think every investor should evolve over time. I think just what's great about investing, it's a kind of a contact sport, right? Because you're in a constant contact with the market, and that gives you feedback. And and a lot of times your successes and your failures give you feedback, and then you process that and say, okay, this is what I used to think, but now I realize that I need to tweak my thinking a little bit. So when I started out, and I think this is probably true for most value investors, including Warren Buffett, we start out as kind of dumpster divers. We go for these statistically cheap, crappy companies. And I think it's actually the reason we do this, I think, because at this point, we don't, like when we start out, we don't have experience. And the only experience we have, most of us passed second grade algebra or whatever, so math, we know that 10 is greater than 5. Okay. So, and that 30 is greater than 20. So you start out as a statistical investor, statistical value investor. Over time, you learn qualitative parts of investing. You understand the value of the moat, the value of good management versus bad management, the value of growth. So I think over time I became a more holistic investor, or more well-rounded investor. So, and I found that some things today are uncompromising for me. I'll give an example. I found that my emotional quotient, my rationality, is very low when I own deeply cyclical, crappy companies. So guess what? I don't own them. And by the way, this is the beauty of investing. If you are a surgeon and you are a orthopedic surgeon, you can't really, and you discover that you are so much better working on the right knee than the left knee. You can't really say, you know what, I'm just going to specialize in right knees, right? You can't do that. As an investor, I need 25 stocks in my portfolio. So I can say I'm only going to specialize in right knees, or I'm only going to specialize in high quality companies because my emotional quotient is the highest. I'm the most rational. I look at my evolution as both as a writer, as an investor. As a writer, over time, I feel like I have a lot more courage, to do more, to conquer topics that were in the past were kind of off limits for me. Give myself permission to conquer topics that were kind of outside of what I'm supposed to write about, right? Like I'm an investor, supposedly I should only be writing about investing, but I've been writing about classical music, life, parenting, all different topics. However, as an investor, as I matured, I give myself a permission to do less, to know what my circle of competence is, where I'm the strongest, and say no a lot more. That's kind of that's been a significant evolution for me. Now, when somebody pitches me a stock and I say, listen, this is such an incredible retailer, but I don't do retail. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you want to learn more about life, classical music, philosophy, and investing, make sure to subscribe to my articles and visit investor.fm. Thank you.